Hello and welcome to another episode on the Ready Go Show. My name is Michael Green, and today we're going to be talking about the difference between bad words and bad ideas. Something which society as a whole doesn't seem to be able to wrap its tiny little brain around. If you're one of the people that hold certain words in the dungeons of your lexicon because you're afraid that they're not good enough to live in the civilized world with the rest of us, then I hope that you'll listen up to this and maybe you'll get a chance to learn something and grow as a person. Wouldn't that be neat? That would be neat.
It's time to start the show. It's time to start the show. Ready, go!
Hey, asshole! It's super cute how you use words like number two and poopy and crap when really all you want to say is I gotta go take a shit. You say things like, screw you, she's being a female dog, and you're a real pain in my buttocks. And then you feel warm and fuzzy inside because you showed a little bit of restraint and didn't say words like,
Fuck you, bitch! Pain in the ass!
However, you can climb down off of your high horse because you've actually achieved nothing. Your restraint was meaningless, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason that saying fuck you is a bad thing to say isn't because you're saying the word fuck. It's because you're using that phrase to try to hurt somebody's feelings. That's where it becomes a bad thing. And the same is true for calling somebody a bitch. It is the intent that is bad or naughty, and not the actual word that you're using. If you don't believe me, then I challenge you to give me any logical reason that bad words are actually bad. And I bet that the only thing that you'll be able to come up with is that at some point in an arbitrary point in your past, some authority figure pulled you aside and said, "Hey, listen, Tommy, you don't say ass or shit or I'm gonna beat ya!" Some completely brain-dead people might be thinking right now, well, the reason you don't say those words is out of respect. And if you're one of those people, then I suggest that you hire somebody to waterboard you until you either die or see the light. Wow, what I just said was really disrespectful. Interesting how I didn't need any bad words to get there. On the other hand, I often tell my wife, I just fucking love you so much. Is she supposed to become insulted by that because one of those words carries around a bad juju with it? No, she is not, because she's not stupid, and she knows the difference between hurtful ideas and bad words. Now, at this point, I would like to perform a little asparagus to see if we can get down to the core of what is truly offensive about a sentence that I'm going to make up. I don't know what the sentence is going to be, so I'll just throw one out there. A grizzly bear wants to fuck Sarah Palin in the asshole. Yikes! That is very offensive. Now, let's pretend that bad words are actually the thing that's offensive, and we'll go ahead and we'll take those out and see if the sentence becomes a little more pleasing to the ear. So here we go. A grizzly bear wants to have sex with Sarah Palin's butthole. Wow, you know what? It's still just as offensive. That is interesting. That is a truly weird and interesting, crazy, random happenstance. But I think I got it. I think I've got it. Maybe it's offensive because the intercourse that is involved would not result in reproduction, and since that is something that's ingrained into our instincts, maybe we find that to be offensive. So here we go. A grizzly bear wants to reproduce with Sarah Palin. You know what? I'm still offended. I'm this close to writing a letter to my congressman. I do feel like we're a lot closer to making this sentence not offensive, but as we can clearly tell, it wasn't the use of bad words that made it offensive. So I'm going to give it one more try, and I'm going to say, a grizzly bear wants to reproduce. And there you have it. The offensive part is Sarah Palin. So in the end, all we had to do was remove the psychotic Republican, and then everything was fixed. I know that this is just a comedy video, and I also know that getting into real arguments here would not be very entertaining. But I do think that you can still come away with a real message here. And that message is that you need to judge people on the overall statements/ideas that they're putting forward, and not the actual words that they're using to construct those sentences. Words are not bad, people, but people do use words in bad ways. Okay, love you, bye! Saying fuck in general is perfectly fine. I fucking love saying fuck. It's just silly and dumb. And then you feel all warm and fuzzy inside for having the restraint to not say, fuck you, bitch. It'll still probably get you thrown out of Alaska.